Hey, it's John and Mike, brew-dudes.com. We're back on the attack with another SMaSH beer because 'tis the season to explore hop flavors and aromas. This one's from Yakima Valley Hops. They sent me an email. It wasn't just me, it was their typical newsletter. I make myself sound really important, but I'm just on their newsletter list. This is Australian ECLIPSE Hops. ECLIPSE. And this is the 2022 harvest, I guess. It's 22 pellets. Alpha acids of 17.4%. And I bought this because I wanted to learn more about them. And as if you've seen these videos before, these beers are brewed in a SMaSH style, so a single malt and a single hop. The single hop, of course, being ECLIPSE, and the malt being two-row raw pale malt. It's a 1 gallon batch size, so 2 pounds of malt, 1 ounce of hops, 2 gallons of water that's used to mash with the grains. That gets all kind of boiled down, and it's like 1 gallon in the fermenter. We ferment that with US 05 dry yeast. And for this hop, what I did was I actually put more towards the end of the boil. So I take that 1 ounce or 28 grams of hop pellets and I split it this way. I think it was 7 grams at 15 minutes left to go in the boil, 14 grams at flame out, and then 7 grams left for dry hopping at day 3 of fermentation. So that's what we have here. What do you think?
I like this.
Nice aroma on this.
Yeah. This one has definitely got, you know, I don't know what the commercial descriptors are. I'm blind. I'm usually blind to these things.
That's right.
when it comes over.
Yeah.
So I'm getting citrus, but more specifically, I'm getting a little bit of like tangerine, maybe some lime in there or something like that.
Okay.
There's definitely a almost like a lemon pledge type of thing that's just lingering in my palate still.
Okay.
Like the flavor and the aroma profile up front, I'm sort of getting like a really coarse lime-like character, but it's but there is like a lemony pledge thing and a zesty thing that's lingering in my palate. It's a little bit a little pithy maybe. Yeah, I don't get much of anything else. To me, it's a go-forward citrus, but more exotic citrus. It's not like grapefruit and
right,
like what we're used to when we American hops when we say citrus. Right?
I would like to like rebut with anything, but I'm just getting overwhelming. Like just the spectrum of citrus fruits.
Yeah.
You know,
yep.
You're right. It's not. If we take our memories of Cascade and like being strongly citrus, grapefruit.
Yeah.
This is, you know, less grapefruit, more in the orange to lemon to lime.
Yeah, but it's not like sweet orange.
No,
it's like a bitter
no,
orange, right?
Yeah. It's definitely not a sweet orange. So let me go to the descriptors.
It's going to be like broccoli, blueberries, and
no, I think you're more in line with what they have written. Sweet mandarin, zesty citrus peel,
yes.
And the one thing that I tried to pull out but I couldn't, fresh pine needles. Their chart for the, you know, the sort of the spectrograph there, they have kind of like in between citrusy and spicy.
Yeah.
I'm just not getting a lot of resiny pine in there.
Maybe that, like I said, that pithiness is a little bit of that. For my flavor palate's more familiar with dried pine needles, not fresh pine needles, so maybe that's why I missed it.
We'll dig into that later.
But it is, yeah, no, maybe that pithiness is where they're going with that to me. Like, you know, I mean, when I get citrus flavor, if I do get anything resiny, we'll call it that, to me, then it just is triggering pithiness, right? I can't separate it into some other. If this was like a Simcoe or a Chinook, like a piney up front,
sure,
and then there was that citrus zesty thing, I'd say this is probably more pine needle, right? But it's already triggering me to think fruit, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you, like, I know the descriptor said mandarin, but like that. Yeah, like tangerine. It's one of like those smaller.
It's sharper.
Yeah, sharper orangey flavors.
Yeah,
it's great.
I think it would pair really well with, say, Amarillo.
Yeah. Yep.
Centennial is usually a little more sweet orangey, grapefruit, but sweet orangey too. Yep. Yeah, I think it would pair really well. Obviously, this would be one of your IPA type hops.
Heck
or,
yeah.
Would you drink this as just a straight up SMaSH hop, or what? Would you
I think so. Yeah. I don't think it's too dull to be on its own, and I don't think it's too weird to be on its own. It's pleasant. I like it. This is a good one.
I would drink this as in like a 4.5–5%, just pale ale, maybe a little bit of malty backbone behind it. Would elevate it into being a mono hopped beer category.
Yeah, I actually would figure out, I would actually put a bittering charge into it too. I think that's something that's missing with this. But I think if I had added some at the earlier stages of the process, that would actually fill out the flavor even more. And maybe we would get more of that resiny thing potentially. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, I mean, that could be what it is. But I was trying to go with like kind of the forward, late in the process additions to see what that would bring, and it certainly brings the citrus.
It's hard. You got a judgment call, right? You know what the hop is you're dealing with, and you read the descriptors. And some hops really are meant to be late charged for sure, but then there are other ones you're like, well, I don't know, maybe it's going to be a little bit of both in the middle, and so. And we could do a whole different series of just using all these hops as bittering charges.
Oh boy.
And just talk about bittering qualities, but who really wants that? Nobody wants that. I mean, there'll be two guys who leave comments and say, I want that, I want that.
I mean, we're just doing this so we can put out there one point of data out into the world. If you're, say, watching YouTube or you're a follower of our blog, that maybe you say to yourself, yeah, what did those two dudes say about this hop? I was reading about it, or I saw a recipe that called for this hop. Not really sure what it is. At least you have this. We have like us talking on video about our experience with this particular hop variety, and you know, take it for what it is. It's one point of data, but you know, and of course everything changes based on lot, you know, year, how fresh the hop. These, to me, I'm always happy with what I get from Yakima Valley. Yeah, I think they do a good job of packaging it up. And this being, you know, this year, I felt like, all right, this is going to be fresh and a good take for people who are looking to learn more about this hop variety. So I don't know. Overall, I give this a thumbs up. I would have it in a SMaSH. I think that it would pair well with other citrus ones, or if you were looking to maybe try to figure out what you would do with some of those ones that have berry descriptors and, like, you know, blend that with something, or, you know, something that has like a melon, or just like kind of a sweet fruit descriptor. Maybe this is one that would blend well with that particular hop for you know, an IPA or a hop forward type beer. All right, so if you have experience with ECLIPSE hops, we'd love to hear it. Leave a comment below. If you like this type of stuff, subscribe to our channel, because we do this kind of thing every single week. Like our video by smashing the thumbs up button. Is that what the kids say? I have no idea. For John and Mike, brew-dudes.com, brew on.
Cheers.